She's like love, 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 and music. La la la, love, 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 love.
Hello, everyone. Let's hope y'all can hear me this particular time, because the last two videos I recorded are really low because my microphone, for some reason, it was not plugged. I guess it like came out a little bit and I didn't notice it. So the last two videos are very low, but like I guess people have to cut it all the way up, put it to their ear, put some headphones in to hear me. My apologies for that, because that's the reason for me buying the microphones, that y'all can really hear me. And because when I record, I don't listen to it back. I honestly don't. I never have, because when you listen to stuff back, you try to redo stuff. So I didn't notice it. I'm very upset. I just ate some popcorn. I'm sorry. So, as I said, hopefully y'all can hear me this particular time. I have continuously plugged it in to make sure it's plugged in. So if you cannot hear me, my apologies, but I believe this time we are okay, because I checked it before I did this particular video. Anyway, hello everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner, and this is my review for Growing Up Hip Hop. This is season 2, episode 9. We have one episode until the season finale next week. But it's a lot of other shows coming on that I'm going to be reviewing. I'm reviewing the the family boot camp, because Chrissy and Jim Jones is on there, and also Amber Little Crazy Self from Team Mom. I am doing the Braxtons. I am doing Hustle and Soul, and if something else is coming on too, because I'm going to have a lot of other new shows. And as y'all see, I'm doing more pop culture videos too, so tune in for that as well. Anywho, this particular episode, I have some thoughts and some stuff, so let's just get into it. We see this, the scene continues on where it left off last time, where Bow Wow is showing JD his songs. And the one song that he was showing him, when he was saying something about got an ass so fat, like, whoa. JD didn't like that. You know what I'm saying? He was saying how he does not think that's the perfect single. He does not think that's the first single either. And he ain't feeling it. He like, me as a DJ, I know how people feel in the club. But I'm thinking to myself, JD, how often do you be in the clubs though? Because I'm like, I just don't picture JD just like hanging out in the clubs anymore. I picture him more being in the studio working with people. And I know Jermaine has a good ear. Honestly, I do. I can't think of any song that he helped produce that I know of that I did not like. He always has this little oomph to his stuff. So you always kind of can feel a little bit of a JD vibe to it. So, the first song he did not like. So then he played the second song. And the second song came out, and JD was like, he got up out his seat and was gigging or whatever. And, it's like, this is a hit. This is what I'm talking about. This song made me get out my seat. It's like a good song. You have to judge it on impulse. Like, I have an impulse that I trust. That first song, I ain't had no impulse. Like the second song, my impulse was to get up out my seat because it was that banging. And he likes it. He do say, but it just needs to be mixed. And then Bow like, oh yeah, can you mix? You gonna mix the song? Honey, Brad was like, because Brad was there too. And she was like, no, then you keep on saying that you didn't need JD to do nothing, that you didn't want him involved in your album, your songs. Brad is not letting Bow Wow get away with the bullshit. She like, no, I'ma hold your feet to the goddamn on fire. You gonna have to back up what you've been saying all this time, because he has been saying, I don't need JD. I have a whole new sound. I don't want him to do da-da-da-da-da. And now all of a sudden he here. Now you backpedaling and pussy popping. You want him to help mix your song. But that ain't what you was saying last week, or the week before that, or the week before that. So I like how Brad kind of like brought up, like, you've been talking shit all this time. Hey, what is it? JD just says, we'll see what we're going to do or whatever. And he leaves. So he does not say yes. He does not say no. He just says they're going to figure it out or what has to happen. So next we see Brandon, and he's meeting with his friend, the girl who's out of town. And I feel like Brandon doesn't have anyone else to shoot with. So he had to bring his own friend in from out of town to shoot scenes with. I'm like, Ayana won't shoot, like no one will shoot with him, like even his own cousin. Ayana won't shoot with him. Deb done put his ass out, so he don't have no choice but to bring in somebody else. But you ain't got no city friends live in the same city as you. No? Okay. So, he's telling her how he met with Deb, how it kind of went okay because she just let him know that she's feel like she's been enabling him and how she needs to let him go on about his way. I mean, that is what she said, but I also feel like she brought up the bullshit that you were saying online, but I guess you ain't want to talk about that. So, it is what it is. So he brings up how he's gotten a new apartment since Dad put him out, or since Dad told him he had to move. And he brings up that he wants to have dinner with his friends, aka his castmates, to kind of clear the air over the whole interview debacle, clear the air about who he is as a person. He keeps saying how he wants to let them in and let them know more of who he is. And how people be, you can bump heads because you don't take the time to get to know each other. I'm like, well, God damn it, Brandon, you're not dating them. Just calm down, bruh. And, he brings up how, he's going to Tiny's juice bar opening. Tiny opened up a juice bar in Atlanta. And we see how Zanique invited him to the little thing or whatever. And his friends like, well, maybe, you should not have a dinner with all of them. Maybe we should kind of, try to tackle them one by one. So that way, you can deal issue by issue. Because we get people in a group setting. If one person feels one way, it can offset everything with the whole situation. This fool Brandon said, I ain't got time for all that. See, that's your problem. You don't want to take the time to fix what you done fucked up. You want to kind of put a band-aid over it and do a quick fix and not really dig, because you've offended a lot of people with the way you act, your attitude, and just your holier than thou mindset about yourself and other people and who you are as a person within this industry. So it's going, you should just take your time. This is my personal opinion. So we see Toya, Deb, DJ Hurricane all show up first at Tiny's little juice bar opening or whatever. Toya is Regine's mom. Deb, of course, is Brandon and whatever. And then DJ Hurricane, who is Ayana's father. So Ayana couldn't come because, of course, she's still healing from her breast surgery. And the parents are chilling, having little shots of juice or whatever, chit-chatting. They asking them, how Ayana's doing. She doing good. How Regine doing. She doing good. Oh, how's Brandon doing? Oh, he's doing good too. But did y'all hear about that interview? Ayana brought up an interview he did. So she kind of let, DJ Hurricane and Tanya, Lord Jesus, Toya know about the interview that he did and some of the things that he said and how some of the people were offended by what he said. Honey, and Toya was like, you know what? I am too pregnant to be trying to deal with his mess. You know what I'm saying? We just, fix the situation, and I just don't have the energy to deal with his foolishness. And she said, like, I'm pregnant, and I just don't have time to be going back and forth. I'm going to pop off. And, but she said that part in the confessional, not in the thing. In the thing, she just said, I'm too pregnant to be dealing with this. But, they kind of just leave it alone because at that point in time, here come Brandon walking in. Hey, y'all. Hey, everybody. I'm like, you coming in all friendly? And I think it's weird when someone who has issues with people come in too damn friendly. If we don't have the best of intentions to each other, not the best intentions, if we don't have the best relationship with each other, I don't need you coming in all friendly. I need you to come in on like a 5. Don't come in on 10. Come in like a 5. Just say, hey, y'all. Hello. Don't be too extra friendly with me because I ain't gonna like it because I'm petty. But anyway, but you love me. And Toya gave him, like, everybody gave him a hug. Deb hugged him a little bit, Toya hugged him a little bit, and then she said, yeah, we were just talking about your interview that you did, how it's kind of crazy and all that stuff. He then says, you know what, I'm actually going to invite everybody out to dinner. She kind of squashed that and and deal with it, so it is what it is. We do see Zanique get there, Tiny get there. This couldn't have been a real opening because the only people there was Deb, Toya, DJ Hurricane, and the 3 people he brought. Then Tiny got there, then Zanique got there, Brandon, and somebody else who was with Tiny. So I'm like, they must have just shot a scene at her bar. Because, for it to have been a grand opening or some kind of party, wasn't nobody there. I didn't see any cameras. It just didn't seem like a real opening. And plus, she about to go on tour with Escape. So this tells you how far back this was. So I'm just like, well, whatever. We then see Bow Wow talking about how everybody looking for him checking for his music, hitting him up, want to sign him, you know, how he hasn't talked to JD. JD hasn't agreed to mix the album yet. And because he got all these labels looking to sign him, you know what I'm saying, he trying to make these moves. I'm like, well, are they? Who trying to sign Bow Wow in 2017? Anybody? Anybody? No? Okay. And I just, you know, as he's saying all this, we see his, you know, he texting JD, like, you gonna mix a song? The little dots pop up of him saying something, but he doesn't reply. Okay, so JD didn't reply. We then see somebody named Andy, who's texting like, yeah, I heard the song, it's really hot, I want to work with you, we need to do this or whatever. You know, Bow then saying, well, you know what, cool, I'm gonna send you some links to my music, you know, and I'm gonna come see you tomorrow, whatever. We then see him and Pimpin', that DJ, go see the Andy guy. And, you know, it was, I guess he's a record exec, because they didn't say, like, which record label he was from. I was a bit confused. To me, it was a whole fake scene, in my personal opinion. You know, Bow Wow saying he want to get down, the dude with Andy saying he want to get down. You know, Bow Wow saying how, you know, what JD wants me to do something else. You know, JD wants me to kind of wait and, you know, get this and this and this and this. You know, so he's saying wait. And then the dude Andy like, you know, you should just go. And Bow Wow, yeah, you know what, I just want to go, you know, I don't really want to wait. And then Andy said, yeah, you know, you shouldn't wait anymore, just go. And it's weird because all they keep saying is, you know what, I want to go. You want to go? I want to go. You want to go too? I want to go. Well, you want to go, dude? I want to go too. Can we all go? Yeah, let's go. The fuck where? Where are you going? Where? The album isn't done because you keep saying it has to be mixed. So where the fuck is y'all going on this magical joyride together in Bow Wow land? I was very confused because all they kept saying is, I want to go, you should go, we gonna go, can we go, should we go, yes we gonna go. But JD don't want me to go, but I want to go. Well, goddamn it, then go, Bow. Go as far as you want to go, boy, go. And then he like, you know what, I'm gonna go, you know, we're going to go, we're going to process what we're going to do, and we're going to come back, and then we're going to do something. So you just wasted my whole 5 minutes just watching this scene. I'm like, you ain't do shit besides say go. The fuck? And that's why I'm like, look, I am a fan of the old Bow Wow. I have a whole playlist on my song, and it's called Bow Wow Songs. And when I'm at work, I play it, and me and my coworker be in there singing songs, you know what I'm saying, laughing or whatever, because these are all old songs. But I feel like he keeps saying he wants to do music, and I ain't heard no song yet, and it's 2018, it's March. It's damn near 2019, if you ask me, because we already in March. Where's the music, Bow Wow? Where is it? Nowhere? Okay, whatever. So the next thing we see is Bow Wow, Zanique, and Reginae, and they're at the restaurant waiting on Brandon. Now, see, in my opinion, I assumed when Brandon said he was gonna have them meet for dinner, I thought he meant his house. They had a full-fledged restaurant. Okay, it is what it is. Maybe he don't want to wash no dishes. Maybe he ain't got no dishes. Who knows? And the funny part was Bow Wow in his confessional saying a prayer to Jesus, hoping to God that, you know, another situation does not form between, you know, basically Reginae and Brandon, because they know him to pop off. And, you know, Brandon get there, and, you know, he basically says how, I know y'all thinking about this interview, and, you know, I think people were taking things out of context, but, you know, or I maybe have spoken out of turn, so I want to give y'all the opportunity. If y'all have any issues with the interview, let me know, you know, speak y'all piece. I have to admit, he wasn't as snazzy, he wasn't as snappy, he wasn't as arrogant, he wasn't as snooty, he wasn't as petty as he usually is when he's talking to someone, you know. They then show a clip of Bow Wow at Reginae and Zanique's party when he was saying, you know, Brandon, he wrong. He speak this and he speak that. He be doing this and doing that. He know he be wrong. Seeing how he has a problem with how Brandon is. And then he says, I ain't tripping. I'm good. Now, that can be taken one of two ways. It could be taken as he had all that shit to say when Brandon wasn't there, and now he not saying shit. Or it can be a thing of the things that's happening with Brandon is so petty that he don't care. Brandon is who he is, and he don't care. So as he said, I ain't tripping because it is what it is. I don't care that much. You know, it can go either way. Zanique also says she's good because Zanique ass is on tour. She not worried about any crazy petty issues, and I think that's the truth. Now, Reginae, as we know, is very outspoken. And Brandon said, like, what you got to say, Bridget? I know you always have something to say. And she's honest. She said, usually she said the interview was typical Brandon. You saying smart stuff, talking about other people, just kind of boosting yourself up, basically saying fuck us or whatever. Or it seemed like you were saying forget the people. And she said, being in this industry, and if you're supposed to be a artist developer, how people do interviews and how things can be interpreted. So you should have known what you said will cause controversy. You should know that based on who you are. And he then said, he felt like because no one saw the interview in full, that they could just be misinterpreting it, saying that he didn't say anything on the interview that he wouldn't say to anyone's face. And I don't think he realized that ain't the goddamn point. But at the same time, that's his truth. You know what I'm saying? If he feel like I said what I said because I was asked the question and I didn't say anything that I wouldn't say to y'all. So I think that's his stand on. My boobs are just, it's too late now. Anywho, at that point that he said, with us being in this industry, we know how tough it is. We have to have tough skin. I have to have tough skin because I'm gay. Now he then said, because I'm gay, Reginae, Bao, and Zanique look surprised. And now I get that they look surprised simply because he said it out loud. However, everyone was aware Brandon was gay. Okay? I don't think it was ever a question is he gay? It was a thing more of how he never said it. For instance, Queen Latifah. We all know that she's gay. Okay? We all are aware of this. She never speaks it. She never has to. I guess if she said it out loud, it would be shocking because it's that kind of I'm coming out moment. But I feel like certain gay people who live gay, that sounds so horrible, who live a gay lifestyle, just live their life as a gay person or whatever. I think it's a difference between when you're living in the closet, like no one knows you're gay, you're literally walking around secretly doing shit, versus you live your normal life and you just don't talk about it. Like you're not hiding it from anyone. You just don't make it public. You know what I'm saying? You still have a girlfriend or boyfriend who you walk around with, live with, to do whatever with, and it's not a topic of conversation. You know what I'm saying? It's the equivalent of, I know how much money in my bank account and other people know I have money in my bank account too. I don't have to say how much money I have in my bank account, but you just know it's in there. So, I guess it was a good thing for him to speak his truth. But at the same time, I'm looking like y'all acting surprised or looking surprised like y'all didn't know. Reginae then said, what, it's just because he said, don't look like that like y'all did. She's like, no, it ain't that. She's like, I've never heard you say it out loud, And, Bao even said how it was great to hear him say it out loud, for him to live, in his truth or whatever. And I'm like, so y'all gonna just act like Brandon, the fact that Brandon has never said that he's gay out loud is a reason or a reason that he's been an asshole all this goddamn time. Oh, because I'm gay and I haven't said I'm gay out loud, that's why my skin has to be thick and I have to kind of be how I am. No, being gay does not equate to being an asshole. Being gay doesn't mean that you have a right to be mean and nasty to people and have a badass attitude, because let's keep it funky. Brandon had a badass fucking attitude season 1. He completely did. He damn near had one in season 2, the beginning of the season. And once people stopped fucking with him, he realized, I gotta backpedal because ain't nobody fucking with me and I don't want to be off the show. So let me go on the end and say, well, I'm gay, I have to have thick skin, and that's the reason why sometimes y'all don't know where I'm coming from. I don't think that is a reason to be like, oh, well, you know what, we forgive you because you're gay. No, because y'all knew he was. He just didn't say it. I'm like, I felt like his apology should have been his apology, and him coming out as a gay man, bravo, should have been a completely separate issue. They should not have been connected to no, that interview you did ain't had nothing to do with you being gay. You being mean to people ain't had nothing to do with you being gay. You said that you outworked, nothing to, and I'm like, am I tripping? Am I tripping? We didn't see Dad walk in because I'm over that. We didn't see Dad, but I do think it's a great thing he's living the truth. You know what I'm saying? That's a great thing. We didn't see Dad walk in. She's just like checking things out or whatnot. She then brings up how she has adopted a school, and the school that she adopted, they have bought like all these supplies and things to put in the store, and the kids earn points, and when they have enough points, they go to the store and use their points to get these things. So as if their points are money. I think it's a really great idea for underprivileged kids. You know, if they are good enough in school, if they, you know, act right in school, you get all these points, and you basically use your points to get gifts. And it's a reward for doing good. I think that was a great idea, honestly. But she bring up how the kids from the school kept saying they wanted to meet Reginae and Bow Wow. So she was asking Reginae and asking Bow Wow, hey, I got this going on. The kids really have been requesting y'all to. Can y'all make it on Thursday? You know, Reginae say, I have school, because, you know, she's in school there in Atlanta. And she's like, I have school Thursday, so I can't come on Thursday. Bow Wow says, oh, yep, I'll come. You know, I'll get the information. Y'all be there. He say a couple times, I'll be there. Yes, fine. Okay. He says, I'll be there for sure. Okay. So we see an scene of Dad basically going to Brandon's apartment, to see his apartment. And when she, first of all, the thing I said to myself, and I'm so petty, but you love me. You know, he had that big ass red couch. I said, now see, he live in that apartment. That apartment don't look like no goddamn Airbnb hotel like Reginae and Zanique's apartment. He lives there, okay? Because I'm like, yeah, that's a regular person's couch. Usually when they have these fake apartments or whatever, they don't have like real stuff. And he has stuff everywhere. It looks lived in. Or I don't know if he saw the other people's houses that look fake. He said, no, let me get a real looking couch that I can say is mine, and they can't say that's a hotel couch or the Airbnb couch. Let me not do that. So, you know, congrats to him on his new apartment. And people keep saying my sound was low. I know my sound was low on my other videos. I'm so sad. But, you know, I put a little thing on it to tell people it was low. Anywho, you know, he told Deb how he admitted to the other people he was gay. And Deb say even Stevie Wonder knew he could see that he was gay. Stevie did. Stevie saw it. Ray Charles saw it. You know what I'm saying? The Daredevil saw it. Everybody blind saw it. You know, I saw it from afar, and I can't see with my glasses off, and I saw that without my glasses. And, you know, I'm just like, you know, it's true. We then see how Deb says how she's proud of him and she loves him. And I'm like, okay. And they have a whole little mushy moment. You know, they hug it out and everything. He does say, one thing I can say for him in this moment, he do seem a bit lighter. He do seem like it's a weight off his shoulders. He honestly did. He, in this scene, to me, was likable. Cracking jokes when Deb said, you know, you can get a titty lift. He said, no, I want a dick implant. I said, bitch, what? It made me chuckle. And I said, see, that's a Brandon I can laugh and chill out with and be like, ha, 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 ha. That first Brandon, that was just for some reason an asshole. If him saying out loud he's gay releases it, that's good. But going forward, he can't go back to being that asshole, because at this point you wouldn't have a reason to do that, and you wouldn't have no scapegoat ass excuse as to why you're doing it. So I hope he can stay in this more funny situation or personality, because that is better. And we see that he gives Deb a key to his apartment because, you know, that's his mom. It was really cute. He says, but he does say how she took him in when he was homeless, and how he will always love and respect her. I like it. You know, she has put her foot down in a way to where he has to do stuff on his own. So at this point in time, if there's a season 3, I will be interested to see how Brandon, you know, wades through the water of being on his own and doing things on his own without being up under Deb's shadow. I think that's cool, because if you think about it, most of the other kids are doing that in a way too. Like, they have their parents there, but the parent isn't fully like doing shit for them. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be cool to see that, and I think it's cool. We see Pimpin is texting Brad, and I'm confused. Pimpin texting Brad, asking Brad if JD has made a decision on mixing Bow Wow's album. Why would you text Brat that? Why wouldn't you ask Bow Wow if JD made a decision? You ain't got JD number your goddamn self to take. My thing is, everybody could. The Brat role this season is telling. She the bone collector. She ain't holding in no secrets. Anything that go down, she telling it. But not only is she telling it for a good reason, and she's telling it, and she is being real about it. She not telling just to tell. She'll tell about it, and then she'll say, well, you know what, you should do A, B, and C. I like it. I'm here for Brat and her little messiness on this particular thing. But she's pissed off when Pimpin texts her, because he also says, because we got other offers coming from other labels. So that pissed her off, because she like, what kind of person would be disloyal to their home label who's been behind them forever and helping you pick up the pieces, and, not stay loyal to the team and at least talk to them before you go meet with other people. So, she like, she just pissed off. It is what it is. We do see Deb at the school with the kids, and we see that Bow Wow is not there. She's calling him. He ain't answering. She called his assistant. His assistant says, I'm going to call him. The assistant comes back and says, I called him. He didn't answer, but he texted me and told me he was getting his shots for Canada. Deb said, Canada? Since when you need shots to go to Canada? And I'm like, Canada for us is across the border. Don't nobody get shots to go to Canada? We don't. You literally drive downtown in Detroit. You go across the bridge, and then you go to Canada. We don't get any goddamn shots. So I was confused, like, what shots is he getting, like, for real? The assistant then say, well, he has strep throat. She's like, I just saw him yesterday. He didn't have strep throat. How you get strep throat in a day? Then he said, well, no, he had strep throat a couple days ago, like 2 weeks ago. I'm like, he cannot lie. He probably high. And she like, no, this is fucked up. I can't believe he would do that. Let him know. I'm gonna blame him. Like, I ain't taking the rap for this. It's on him. And when she got back in and she talked to the kids, and one kid says, where's Bow Wow? And she says, unfortunately Bow Wow couldn't come. The kids sounded so disappointed. They was like, oh. I'm like, oh, children. So it do make Bow Wow seem shitty if he don't come in full. Because I don't know if they're going to, have it be on the next episode where he was just late. Or if he going to say, I was getting some shots, I was just for something else. And so we don't know what's going to happen. So at that point, we then see the ending of this episode is we see Brat, and she's pissed. She's pissed off. And she said how, Bow needs to get what he deserves. He's consistently disloyal. He won that whole tirade, saying how he didn't get paid for the tour. She calls him an ungrateful fucking bastard. I'm like, damn, he's an ungrateful fucking bastard, girl. Saying how he's going outside of home to do stuff. She's talking to JD, and JD saying how he's just surprised that Bow Wow is just, making it seem as if JD isn't included and work on his album. He like, I set him up with Pimpin', I've moved things around so that he can make what he's making. Just because I'm not there physically does not mean I'm not producing the album. I'm doing things from afar. I get it. That's what people do. It is what it is. Brat saying, he ain't loyal. He need to suffer some consequences. You can't keep letting him off. He's a baby. He's not loyal. He doesn't, we always there to help him when he falls. You need to just teach him a lesson and do something. And, JD brings up how, we know to think of how some artists are really great when they're with one producer. And then when they go to a different producer, they're not as great. He brings up two people in particular. He brings up Snoop Dogg and 50 Cent, both who work with Dr. Dre. Saying how, they're both great artists in their own right. He said, however, their music isn't the same as it was when they had the magic of Dr. Dre as their producer. Once they went elsewhere, the music became something different, and, it's a different vibe. I completely agree. I loved 50 Cent's first album, Get Rich or Die Trying. I do remember I did like Snoop's music more when he first came out. Because he did change a little later, and I was like, I don't know. They're both great rappers or whatever, but he had a point in saying when they switched producers, their sound changed. And for some people, for some fans, it wasn't for the better. It was completely different. Brad is still saying, you need to give him some consequences. What you think I should do? And then it goes off. So we have to wait until next week to see the season finale, see how all of these things gets wrapped up. I honestly can't wait until Growing Up Hip Hop, the LA cast come back. I would love to see a date for that. I know they were filming because I saw Romeo and Angela putting how they was on set or whatever. I think that was sometime last month when I saw that. So hopefully Growing Up Hip Hop LA will come out probably in like May, I would say. Man, I think that usually comes out in the summer. Well, other than that, I'm all set. I am Jay Lee. I hope you enjoyed my review. I hope you could hear me. I hope. Let's cross our fingers, people. But I am all set. I'm done. I'm going to bed. It's 1:46. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. Peace.